with me now in studio, Virginia Democratic Representative Subramanyam. Great to have you here, Congressman. Carolina Molina, who we saw there in that video, told the Washington Post that this felt like a Renee Good situation, referring to the U.S. citizen who was shot and killed by an ICE agent earlier in January during an immigration enforcement operation in Minnesota. Does this feel to you like a similar situation to that?
It could have been. Thank goodness it wasn't. Thank goodness she wasn't shot and killed like Renee Good. Miss Molina is a constituent. I had the chance to talk to her, and she's just scared for her life, for her family. The reality is there's been no, ICE has not claimed any sort of responsibility for their actions. There's been no accountability for ICE in previous incidents, and they seem to be continuing covering up for agents who do the wrong thing. Law enforcement makes mistakes. ICE will make mistakes, but the way that they are handling this and the way they are lacking accountability is incredibly concerning for us.
We heard there a DHS spokesperson saying that this was a matter of what they said was an anti-ICE agitator driving her car in circles around ICE officers and attempting to harm them by weaponizing her vehicle against them. What do you make of that account?
Yeah, this is why people are so angry about ICE. It's because they clearly, despite evidence, want to cover up for these agents who do the wrong thing, who make a mistake, or in this case, who pull out a gun and put into an innocent American citizen's head. I mean, that is completely wrong, and they won't hold them accountable. They won't hold anyone accountable for their actions in that organization. That's why people are upset.
Can you understand, though, some of the concerns that have been expressed in the past by some ICE officers, some members of the Trump administration, that having vehicles following them, we don't know whether or not that was the case here, but kind of in and around these immigration enforcement actions could lead to dangerous situations? Is that there is concern there?
It could lead to dangerous situations, but it hasn't. And in so many situations, the dangerous situation was because of the ICE agent pulling their gun or the ICE agent attacking the other person. And so, yes, they have a right to defend themselves, but that's not what's happening right now. What's happening right now is ICE agents are creating fear in the communities. They're not protecting anyone. All they're doing is going after people, even people who shouldn't be targeted in the first place.
There was a lot of focus paid on ICE, a lot of criticism of the agency. After the events in Minnesota, Operation Metro Surge, 2 U.S. citizens killed there in Minneapolis. And there were promises made. Some reforms promised that there'd be more cameras put on officers. We saw the Trump administration put in Markwayne Mullin as the new head of DHS. To what extent do you think that ICE agents on the ground have reformed their tactics since what we saw in January?
Well, because of immense public pressure, they have finally made small reforms, but it's not nearly enough. For instance, there's still no accountability for any of these incidents. It seems like they try to sweep incidents under the rug. We're talking about things they're doing that are illegal, like pulling a gun on an innocent American citizen. So there's still not enough transparency in that organization. I think the organization right now has completely failed. The Republican House and the president have funded it like a military. I know they're making it act like a paramilitary, and that is completely wrong, and we need to completely fix this issue. Otherwise, American citizens are going to get hurt. More American citizens are going to get hurt.
You're calling for transparency, you're calling for accountability. What would you like to see in the wake of this incident?
I want those ICE officers who do the wrong thing to face real penalties, and we're talking about criminal charges. If you pull a gun on someone, if you shoot someone when they shouldn't have been harmed in the first place, there needs to be real accountability. And with transparency, yes, we want the body cameras, but we want you to release that footage to the public so that they can make their own decisions. Right now, your journalist said that he can't even get the images and the videos that ICE has right now. That's not transparency.
Have you requested the video? Have you seen any video?
Yes, we want the video right now. We want to be able to see what ICE saw. But you know what? We have video already, right? Just same thing with Renee Good. And many of these incidents, people are taking their own videos. I almost wonder what's happened in the other incidents. For the 50 people who've died in detention, the hundreds of other people who've been harmed by ICE agents. I want to know what's happening in all these cases.
Before I let you go, you're the ranking member of the Oversight Subcommittee on Military and Foreign Affairs in the House. What do you make of the situation we heard earlier about, they're on the USS Lincoln. Some of your colleagues in the Senate are calling for an oversight visit to the ship. Is that something you'd like to see happen?
I'd like to see us treat our military service members better. So yes, an oversight visit is long overdue, but why has it taken so long to get the USS Abraham Lincoln the help that it needs, that those service members deserve? I mean, I have folks in my community in Virginia who serve on military bases, and they've been seeking food shelters themselves. Some of the junior military service members are going to food shelters because they're not getting what they need from the bases when it comes to food. And so this is an issue not just on the USS Abraham Lincoln, but across the world, across the country, when it comes to treating our service members right.
Suhas Subramanyam, Democratic Congressman from Virginia, thank you as always for your time. Thanks for coming in studio.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.